this is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Follow me.
Did you guys just see what I saw? It went by pretty fast, so let's look at this again. Did you see it this time around? No? All right, we're gonna watch this one more time.
Vivian, I have a business proposition for you.
What do you want?
I'm going to be in town until Sunday. I'd like you to spend the week with me.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I'd like to hire you as an employee. Would you consider spending the week with me? I will pay you to be at my beck and call. I don't need any romantic hassles.
If you're talking 24 hours a day, it's gonna cost you.
Oh, yes, of course. All right, here we go. Give me a ballpark figure. How much?
4,000.
2,000.
3,000.
Done.
Holy shit!
Now, in case you were wondering, these 3 scenes I just showed you were all the same. And that surging feeling you have, driving you deeper into the story, has in fact been meticulously planned. What you're witnessing is an act transition. Act 1 moving into Act 2, as the protagonist gets locked into their journey.
My name is Jack, and today we're talking story structure. This is Jacked on Films, The Lock-In. Allow me a brief preamble.
Your standard film follows basic 3-act structure. The first act, you set the stage, introduce characters and stakes at hand. The second act, you build the world and dive into the story, explore the limitations, and finally, conclude everything with a nice little bow in the third act.
But for a movie to be worth sitting through and watching, the audience needs to be engaged and tied to the story.
This is done with a series of plot points, today of which we will be discussing the lock-in. As we approach the end of Act 1, we're hinted at what the final conflict of the movie is going to be. All that's left is for our protagonist to commit.
Now, to really pack a punch, a few things must happen with the lock-in. 1, it's deliberate action.
The protagonist isn't just getting swept up into the story. They're driving the story, choosing to embark on this journey.
2, the decision must be critical.
There's no going back after this. We're stuck here until the end, one way or the other.
And 3, the choice is complex.
Personal, with no right or wrong answer. Which means through their decision, we grow to know the protagonist on an intimate level.
I would have stayed for 2,000.
I would have paid 4.
Let's look at an example from one of my favorite films.
At the same time, we feel emptier, lonelier, and more cut off from each other than at any other time in human history. We're becoming a synthesized society in a great big hurry to get to the next temporary sensation.
deliberate action. It may have been aliens who made contact, but Ellie is ready to answer. She has dedicated her entire life searching for extraterrestrials. And now, when they've at long last made contact, she chooses to engage with them and receive their message. She has set herself up as a central character, driving and influencing the remainder of the film. 2. Criticality. This is a massively critical moment. Not only for Ellie and her career, which was about to be defunded, but for the entire planet. Aliens exist. This is now established fact, and the world will never be the same. But more importantly, our characters are committed. They will never be the same. From this first contact, they now need resolve. And 3, complexity. How do we respond to first contact is an incredibly complex question. Do we share the information, spread the truth, or do we guard it, withhold it to prevent panic and abuses? Ellie's response tells us so much about her. She rushes to work with others. She's hungry for information. She wants answers. Compared to Mr. Kitts, the no-nonsense G-man. His actions show him to be guarded and conservative. He's a stickler, but maybe one who has legitimate concerns. And with all these pieces in place, we're locked in, ready and excited to dive onwards into Act 2.
Get me the White House.
Now, having a lock-in isn't a hard and fast rule.
Neither is following 3-act structure, because in film there are no rules. Or if there are rules, they behave like the rules of any other system.
Some of them can be
bent,
others can be broken.
These are just tips and tricks used to help create compelling story. So, the next time you're watching a film, right around the 1/4 mark, see if you can notice the shift, the lunge forward, as the protagonist and you are thrown into the second act. Thanks for watching, and until next time, later!